little under 50% of GDP is human labor. This is going to be the biggest business in the world by far.
Change we're going to see over the next 5 years, 10 years, will dwarf everything that's happened over the last 30.
So we're hearing from the CEOs on the front lines of AI and humanoid robotics. In this episode, tech leaders from OpenAI, Tesla, and Figure AI speak candidly about what's coming next. You could argue that these clips may take the leader of these companies out of context. I can assure you they are not. Each of the leaders said this in response to a question they were being asked, and the meaning has not been altered or changed in any way. And the disturbing bottom line, at least disturbing to me, is that they all can foresee the tidal change coming to the workforce, to society, to culture, to economics, and some of them express a higher degree of concern than others. What's not shown in this video are where some of them go on to talk about how, like in all previous industrial revolutions, that new jobs came along that couldn't have been conceived of prior to that technological revolution. And that's going to be true here too, but this is different. It's existential. We're talking about millions upon millions, possibly billions of humanoid robots being put into the workforce. They're going to be very capable. They're going to be very agile. They're going to be very durable. And that's in addition to the artificial intelligence brains that are powering them.
In a benign scenario, probably none of us will have a job. And in the negative scenario, well, bets are off. We're in deep trouble.
Well, even at the AGI moment, I think there are things to be nervous about. And with every major technological revolution, there's a lot of job turnover. But I would bet we will have never seen it go this fast. I expect the economic disruption to take a little longer than people think, because there's a lot of inertia in society, but then to be more intense than people think. So the first couple of years, maybe not that much changes. And then maybe a lot changes in the economy.
I think we are going to be in a period where the rate of change in the world is just higher than any of us have ever lived through in terms of what jobs look like.
I feel very strongly that I don't know exactly when it'll come. I don't know if it'll be 2027. I think it's plausible it could be longer than that. I don't think it will be a whole bunch longer than that, when AI systems are better than humans at almost everything, better than almost all humans at almost everything, and then eventually better all humans than everything. Even robotics, we make good enough AI systems, they'll enable us to make better robots, and for humans to produce economic labor, and this is where they feel their sense of self-worth. Once that idea gets invalidated, we're all going to have to sit down and figure it out. And you know, I'm not going to lie. My true belief is that is coming.
This entire world will be, everything moving in the world in the future will be a robot. And majority of all that will be a humanoid robot. And I think what you get is like a world full of like basically billions of humanoids, all running neural networks that are all basically commanding everything into speech and language. It's reasoning language across every scene. And it can basically do anything you ask it to do. Once we have humanoids building other humanoids doing useful work in the economy every day, I can't really think of a more important asset in the world than that. And it's clear that like this can be done from a technology perspective. So we're pushing at it harder than I think you can ever push. We're trying to move extremely fast. This will probably be one of the largest businesses in the world as well.
Is that what's happening?
These jobs are not great. They're boring and repetitive, and nobody wants to do them. It's like, it's hard to do. If I was asking you like 10 hours a day to do the same thing over and over again, it's like,
would not be fun.
How long could you do that for?
The narrative that some of the robotics doomsday people have about robots taking your jobs, you are sort of diametrically opposed to that thesis.
No. It's an option for humanity to say like any type of physical work that we do, whether it's, you know, in a manufacturing facility or, you know, type of workforce work, or in a home, walking a dog, making coffee, it'll just be a choice. You can either choose to do that stuff yourself, like the old school way, or you can ask your robot. Ask your figure robot, like, I need to go do this. And you'll just talk to it and it'll just output actions. It'll be like trillions of dollars of revenue. This business is going to be massive. You're going to be able to deploy billions in the workforce, billions at home. I think every human's going to want robot. You basically have a mechanical human. So you have the ability to put unlimited amount of, over time, like really affordable robotics solution into anything you want to do. You're gonna have a robot. It's just gonna do all the stuff for you.
These CEOs are very concerned about what's coming too in some respects, but they're driving forward anyways, and they have to because the Chinese are driving forward, and there's a lot of money in them there hills, and they're trying to capitalize on it, and if they don't, someone else will. So to some extent they have to put out some platitudes. I'm Mark Zuckerberg, but he's all platitude. It's all going to be abundance and flowery futures and everything, and he doesn't go on to really acknowledge the upheaval that some of this technology is going to have on individuals really across the workforce, domestically and the world. The question we're asking is, what are people going to do for revenue if they're not going to work every day? How are they going to find fulfillment in life and that kind of thing? So if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll keep making it.